Welcome to Max Tutorials. Today we're going to learn how to build scales thinking of half steps and whole steps. Eventually you're going to just need to know key signatures, but it's nice to start off with the very basics. All scales, all modes, that's going to be another video about modes. It's just a combination of half steps and whole steps. So I'm going to build one right now that most of us already know. It's the C major scale, which is just doing the alphabet, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, with no sharps and no flats. That right there is a C major scale. Now, if we analyze the half steps and whole steps, between C and D, we have a whole step. Between D and E, another whole step. E and F, well, that right there is a half step. How about F to G? Well, that's a whole step. G to A, that's a whole step. A to B, there's a whole step. And B to C, that's the half step. And we learned that when we make a major scale, the pattern is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Your teacher might have talked to you about something called tetrachords, which is basically a series of 4 notes that go whole, whole, half. So if you take a look at this, we have a whole, whole, half, and we have another whole, whole, half separated by a whole step. So this would be part 1 of the tetrachord. This would be part 2 of the tetrachord. That's a little wild. You don't need to go that crazy with it, but if it's explained, that's just what it means. Let's go try another one. So let's go ahead and go bass clef. And let's go ahead and do it off of A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and A. Now, let's do the same pattern that we have. We're going to want to go whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So let's go between A and B. Between A and B, well, that is a whole step. How about B to C? Well, B to C is a half step. I need it to be a whole step. So I'm going to need to raise that C to a sharp. Now it's a whole step. Now let's go C sharp to D. Well, that is a half step, and I want it to be a half step. So let's keep going on now to the D and E. Whole step. Well, I want a whole step. E to F. Ooh, that's a half step, and I want a whole step. So I'm going to fix it by putting a sharp right here on that F. Now I'm going to go F sharp to G. Ooh, that's a half step, and I want it to be a whole step. So I have to fix it by going like this. And then I go G sharp to A, half step. Well, that is a half step. I want it to be a half step. So now I have an A major scale. And if you notice, the A major scale has 3 sharps in it. You can do this off of any note. If you want, you could take any, just any note, all 12 notes and, enharmonics and go nuts, and you can build all your major scales off of whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Now, that is kind of a long way to do it. There is a quicker way by just understanding key signatures, because after you write these all out, you'll see a pattern with the flats and sharps, and that gets us into learning our key signatures. So watch the next video for that, and I'm going to have a video that goes over the flat scales. I'm going to do another video that goes over the sharp scales, but this in a nutshell is basically how major scales work. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, and you've got it down. All right, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.